Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? I'm here with JR Hernandez, the clutch entrepreneur. What's up, JR? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. What's going on?
Awesome, bro. Hey, man, I'm excited to have you with us, man. Just started this, streaming these lives to give back to our community. I know you've been doing a lot about it. Now, JR is usually on the other side of the microphone interviewing people, but he has a pretty awesome YouTube channel, man. They do some good work. I really enjoy watching what y'all been doing, JR. And but now today, I'm flipping the script a little bit on him, and I'm gonna be interviewing JR, having him share some of the sauce with us. Not only has he been part of a bunch of masterminds and learning and growing and all kinds of good stuff, but he's also, interviewing high achievers. So JR learned a few things. He learned a few things, and he's gonna share that with us today. But JR, for those that might not know who you are, man, who are you? Where are you? And what you up to these days?
So basically, man, we're specialized in wholesaling, real estate here in San Antonio. We don't.
San Antonio.
What was that?
No, you good.
Yeah. So we just do wholesaling real estate investing, fix and flipping. We do. That's most of what we do. We get into a few other niches in real estate investing, but for the most part, all we do is mostly focus on wholesaling real estate here in San Antonio.
Dope, bro. But that's awesome, bro. And yeah, I seen y'all been doing some really cool things. And JR, how did you get started, man? How did that even start? What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna get into real estate investing? How did that start for you?
I was in construction and remodeling for a long time, man, for like about 7 years, and I got to a point where I was doing like big flips, remodels for investors, and what we were doing was we were like a one-stop shop. So basically, I was like a GC, but I had subcontractor pricing because it was my own crew. So so the investors would like really like to use my crew, and I started meeting some of the biggest investors in San Antonio, and I was doing $100,000 remodels, big remodels, and they just told me, they were like, man, like you do good work, like how come you don't flip or whatever, and I was like, I'm trying to, but I thought you needed all the money at that time. So
Right.
yeah, so I ended up asking one of the guys. He was like, "Man, you look young," because this was a long time ago too. He was like, "Hey, man, you look young. Like, this is your crew." I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Man, like you look young. How you flipping houses, you know?" And he goes, "Man, you don't know about wholesaling and like private money stuff like that." I was like, "No, I don't." I was like, "Look into it." So ever since then, I looked into it, man. I got my first, like wholesale check, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. Like, I got this fast." And I was like, so I just kind of just like from one day to the next, kind of just quit my construction company, and I just went all in on wholesaling.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You
Hmm.
just quit it all together. You said, "Man, this was pretty nice. If I can replicate this and get more of this going, then man, we'll be sitting nice, right?"
Yeah, exactly,
So
man. It was like, man, I was seeing big checks, and like, don't get me wrong, I was making money doing remodeling, but I was
sure.
like, shoot, man, this is crazy. Like, I've never seen checks like this, like in one little for doing nothing. I was like, and I'm over here babysitting, and
Yeah.
because if you've ever done remodeling or construction, like, man, there's people calling in every day, and it
Yeah.
gets tough, man. So, working outside, swinging hammers. I was part of the crew. Like, I wasn't just a GC. I was like over there with nail guns and putting up siding.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
doing
grinding it out.
Yeah, I was doing it
Bro, I
myself.
can't
Yeah.
I can't even kind of laugh. I'll tell my wife, man, I was, now we're flipping some and whatnot, but bro, it's funny because I can't even put up a curtain, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? and and the truth is, you don't even need to know how to put up a curtain rod, man. And them things frustrate me, bro. I
Yeah.
can't. My wife, she puts up the what do you call it? The frames and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I still
hey,
got I
you know,
still got pics. Look, check this out. On my Instagram, I scroll down like to a few years ago, and I like leave them there just for. Look, check it out. That was me right there. Like,
man, look at you, bro.
I was I
Yeah,
was I was in it for real. I was really in it.
yeah.
You like see
You
this?
were in the trenches.
We were
So how
getting.
long ago has that been since
Huh?
you how long ago has that been since you made the flip,
Shoot.
to
everything, man. We were. This was probably about. I would say. Well, let's see. I mean, I can show you right here. Let's see. It's 2016. 2000.
Wow. Okay.
So 3, 4 years ago.
2016, bro. That's like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't good at math, but I think you're worse than me. No, I'm playing with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm not too good at math. That's why we got calculators.
uh, Bro, so tell me a little bit about what you're doing now. I see, the clutch entrepreneur. You got the YouTube channel. What made you decide to start doing some of that stuff? What's your motivation, your purpose behind it? I think that's a
um,
cool story.
Honestly, for clutch entrepreneurs, it was just a idea I had, to just give back. Because this business and this, learning about just wholesaling and real estate investing changed my whole life. Like, and not only my life, but
Yes.
people or everybody around me, and
Yeah.
it's allowed me to help my family out and just change the whole trajectory of everything in my whole life. So I wanted to give back
Yes.
and spread the word out, spread the message out, because I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
So and also I've just always really been into to content, like watching content, right?
Yeah.
So that's what really, excuse me, that's what really got me into it. Like, I used to watch like Max Maxwell and like Carlos Reyes, all the OGs, right? And they would inspire me. And I was like, man, I'd like to do that. And now that I'm at the point where I've figured this thing out and we're rocking and rolling, I got a whole team and we do, you know, good numbers every month. I'm like, it's time for me to give back. And so I have a badass producer, man, one of the best in the game, 2-0 Chic, and he's badass, man. He even lives with
Yeah.
me now. And
Oh, he does.
yeah, dude. So I came up to him one day, and I was just like, "Hey, man, look, I got an idea, man. I want to start like a vlog, like just recording a day in
Yeah.
the life of us, because we want to take this really far. We want to see how big we can take this. We want to do, apartments. We want to do developments. We want to see how big we can take this real estate investing. We don't just want to just do wholesaling and be content with a lot of money and like because the money's really good, but it's like we want to take this really far. We want to see how big we can take this real estate investing. We don't just want to do
Lost you for a
wholesaling
second,
and be
unless that was me. You froze on us, JR. Should be on in a second. But hey, guys, until JR jumps back on, drop in the comments what questions you have for him. Tell us what questions you have for him. We're gonna get JR to share as much sauce information for y'all. And JR, you back on, bro?
Can you see me or no?
Yeah, I see you now.
There you go.
You're good.
Somebody was calling me. It's on my phone.
Okay.
So where was I at? Oh yeah, so yeah, Sheik's my producer. I told him like, hey, I got a great idea, man. I don't want to be a guru type dude, like just to do this to like sell stuff. I just want to inspire
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and just show that like people like me, I'm a normal dude. I was from construction, and if
Yeah.
I can do this and make a 6 figure a month operation, and growing, that I think anybody can do it. And also, I think it's important that you document your journey, because you're young
Yeah.
right now and you're just starting, but one day you're going
Yeah.
to be old and successful, and you want to see the how it transgress. You want to see how it happened. And so we're recording everything, throwing it all up on YouTube. We're throwing really good content out there for everybody.
Yeah, man. I saw your video with my guy Will here out of Houston, and man, like, dang, that's some good producing there. I
Oh yeah,
love it,
dude, Will's
bro.
a beast, bro. Will's a beast.
Yeah, that was really good stuff. Dude,
Hmm.
that's awesome, bro. Bro, you must be from Texas, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be from Texas. It's like 60 degrees outside, and you got a jacket on, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
I'm from down south, baby. I'm from San Antonio. I'm from San Antonio.
That's awesome, bro. So you grew up in San Antonio. You've been there your whole life, and pretty much.
Yeah, I was born and raised in San Antonio. My parents are from, my mom's from here. You know, yeah, all of my family's from down here, so yeah.
Dang, that's awesome, bro. So, what are you doing now, JR? You know, you say you do some flips, some wholesale, some land development. Tell us a little bit about each of those and what that looks like for your company and your team. You know, I know you probably wouldn't be where you're at without a solid team behind you. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of great leaders will attest to their team, as can I. You know, I'll attest to my team. So, what does that look like for you? What does your operation look like now?
Yeah, so as far as my team, I started a team ASAP. I know they say don't do that and all that, but I kind of went against that advice. Like the first thing I did was try to start cold calling. I fucking hated it. I was like, yo, this is whack. I'm not doing this. So I like hired a VA immediately, like within the first day.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and I know they say don't do that. You should learn master it first. All that. I was like, yo, nah, that ain't for me. I
Nah.
let them master it, you know. So I
Yeah.
delegated that ASAP, and then I started getting leads coming in, and I didn't even like doing that. So I hired an acquisition agent right away. And I know they say don't do that, but that's what I did, and it worked. Um, I learned with them. I like
Yeah.
personally, I like selling the deals, dispositions. That's what I was doing at first, just
Yeah.
selling all the deals. Um,
Yeah.
and then I quickly learned that if I wanted to grow, I got to get out of that seat. So I hired sales, dispo.
Yeah.
Like I said, I delegated everything very quickly. Like this is my third year in the business, and since day one, I've been delegating everything because I knew I didn't want to just be like you know um, a one man show like doing everything.
Yeah.
So I started delegating. I got an office first day, and I'm
No
like, yo,
way.
like I want this is what I want to do, and so yeah, I started doing that ASAP. Everybody on my team has been with me since day one, pretty much. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. A few. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a little bit of turnover, but everybody that's left was a good thing. Um,
Yeah.
so that's just the way it is. And but yeah, man, I personally believe in building a team with this because you
Yes.
might pay a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're gonna go a lot further.
Yeah. 100%. Go a
Mm-hmm.
lot further.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, nowadays, what did you do to, you know, what was first? You started wholesaling, then you ended up fix and flipping, or how did that transpire for you in your journey?
Honestly, man, fix and flips are very rare for me. I cherry pick. Like I barely like to do any work. Like I wouldn't even say I really flip anymore. I kind of just hotel. So I'll
Okay.
get the cleanest deals where I know that there's a lot of equity if I retail it. And I might just need to paint the inside, the outside, put some fresh carpet. Real light stuff. But I don't fix and flip really anymore. I don't tear out kitchens and baths. I just like to hotel and keep growing this wholesale operation because um, to me, like I really got to focus on one thing at a time because I'm trying to grow it. And when
Yeah.
I got a bunch of fix and flips, it kind of takes my mind and attention away from the wholesale business, and it's hard to keep up with both. I mean, I know some people that can do it, but for me personally, I got to be focused, man. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
I
moving
got you.
parts, and so I got it. Like my dad helps me with my fix and flips. Like I just give it to him, and and we just do real light stuff. As far as land development, um, right now we're doing a few things. We've done a mobile home park that I flipped. We've done,
Nice.
yeah, we're doing parcels of land, and I really like the mobile home game. I'm gonna drop some content on that soon, where we're literally just buying pieces of land, breaking it up, putting mobile homes on there and retailing them. Really good profit margins and really easy because you don't have
Wow.
to do builds. Yeah, you don't need all the permits and you got to go through the whole construction process. But I'm also doing new construction too. I'm doing a few new builds. Um, and then I'm really, really, really heavy on this content. Like I said, I got a badass
Yeah.
producer, and we're producing every day. We're dropping TikToks, IGs, YouTubes, and I honestly think we got some of the best content out there. And it's
It's
and
good stuff, man. It is.
a lot of people are gonna learn from it, man. I'm telling you. We're gonna get like a group going, and we will probably get like a little like a mentorship, not mentorship. I don't want to say that, but like what you got. Like you got a group of people that you're helping out. We're probably gonna
Yeah,
start
man.
that.
Just giving back.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Hey, so when you say hotel, what does that mean for you? Because some people might be like, hey, I just want to do paint and carpet. some people may, man, I'll go a little bit higher than that, you know. So people have different. I found out people have different definitions of hotel. But what does that look like for you? Whenever you say you want to take down a hotel deal to flip,
So what that looks like for me, let me move this real quick.
dope.
Yeah, so what that looks like for me is, if the property is clean and we're gonna wholesale it for a certain amount, but I know that we can close on it, clean it up, and get more on the retail market um, with the owner occupied buyer with a loan. I'm gonna close on
Yeah.
it, and I'm gonna just do the bare minimum just to get it past inspection and appraise. And we can net a lot more money that way sometimes. I still take care of my team and everything. I pay, because I have a team and we pay commissions and they work hard for those deals. So I still pay them the same commission as if we were going to wholesale it. But I'll take it down myself, and I'll, like I said, I do the bare minimum. I don't like full blown rehabs. Things get tricky. There's always things that come up that you don't necessarily can't predict, and you end up thinking you're gonna spend 20, and you end up at 35, and you're like, well, shit,
Yeah.
I could have just wholesaled it and made close to the same without having to go through the headache. So, like I said, just really really basic, bro. Like I have to go in there and be like, okay, this thing is cherry. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some carpet and I'm gonna paint it and I'm throwing it on the market. And it's been really
Okay.
working since the market's been so hot, bro. It's been crazy. Like I've been throwing it on the market, and it kind of went up 10, 15 grand since I bought it within 3 months. It's crazy right now. So
Dang.
it's plateauing right now, but back in the summer and stuff, man, it was crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome, bro. So, question from someone viewing here, it says, when you left remodeling, what type of tools did you use to go after leads? Tools, softwares, what did you use, when you were getting started?
So I went straight to cold calling. So I learned about data. I had to learn about marketing, and really this is
Yeah,
a marketing business,
it
marketing
is.
and sales, marketing and sales, and I'm really good at sales, and I didn't know I was until I got into this, but it turns out I'm really good at sales and marketing though wise. I would go after cold calling, and I still do cold calling, but now we're getting into different PPC marketing. We're getting into I've always done SMS and RVMs, but RVMs not so much no more. I don't do that anymore. And texting is kind of dying down a little bit, but cold calling is really good for us. We get a lot of leads. We're real heavy on cold calling.
Nice, bro. So, cold calling, is there one list that you like calling more than others? Is there one type of property that you like targeting more than others?
No, believe it or not, man, I don't really do niche lists at all. I don't do like tax delinquents. I don't do, I do probates. That's about it. But I don't really like that
Okay.
list. I just buy it because I have access to it. But mostly, what I did personally is, I like to get a lot of leads, because the more you're gonna find out this is all just a numbers game, and you got to put
Yeah.
the money down to generate those leads, you know, and so what I did was I bought like basically the whole city of San Antonio, Bexar County, and anybody with 30% equity and up, basically a blanket list with equity, and I bought all those phone numbers. So I got like millions of phone numbers just in San Antonio. And what I do is I just run that through my cold callers and my SMS marketing, and I generate 30, 40 leads a day. They come in, my acquisition agents convert. One thing about my company that I think is different than everybody else's is that we have actual listing agents that work in house with us in our office, kind of like
Okay.
acquisition agents in our podio. And
Yeah.
so what you'll realize when you start marketing is that I would say 2 out of 10 are going to be like solid qualified cash offers for every 10, and the other 10, out of those other eight, probably like 5 or 6 are tire kickers, that you got to
Yeah.
just kick out of your system and qualify
Weed
them.
through.
Yeah, weed
Yeah.
through them, and then you might have 2 listings out of the other side, and that want full retail. So you got to take care of them too. That can cover marketing costs. We just got $1 million listing yesterday. We've done multiple $1 million listings.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So we've got extra a few hundred K in listings this
Really?
year. Yeah,
Wow.
and we just have partners that we split them with. We convert them. Boom. So That's one thing that's different with our company.
No, I think that's true, bro. And it's not that it's the first time I've heard it, but I think for a lot of us investors and flippers, we're like, ah, you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna, what do you call it? I'm not gonna pay attention to these retail leads. Now my guy Corey Geary, my coach, he's one of my coaches. He's also doing novations, where very similar to a net listing agreement. They've been able to capitalize on them tremendously there as well. But dude, that's dope that you've been intentional and setting up those relationships. So, what does that look like for the realtors that are partners with you? Do they work under your company, or are they like 1099, or what does that look like? And how do you get that relationship? How do you build that relationship? How do you make it a win-win for all parties?
Yeah, well, I mean, the way I make it a win-win is that every realtor wants to get listings, right? And so if
Yeah,
we basically just hand them over listings, and it's easy for them, it's good for us, it's a win-win. We do all
yeah,
the marketing and convert it for them. All they got to do is go list it, and we'll split it. So it's a win-win for everybody, and they actually work within our office, so they're here with us, and they also work as acquisition agents as well, working with other wholesalers and realtors trying to get deals for us to JV. So they're always busy making money with us. So we keep their pockets full. So that's why I would say it's a win-win for everybody.
beautiful, bro. So, what are the attributes of a realtor that someone, let's say like myself, would want? A go-getter. What I'm saying, someone that's. What else could you add to that? What are
Oh
some of the
man,
attributes?
someone mostly what I see that is needed as in a realtor is consistency, and somebody that you can rely on to come to work every day and put in that work, because a lot of realtors, they kind of have that mindset that they want to be a realtor because they want to work when they want, and they want to be like work 2 hours a day or whatever. That's what they think as a realtor coming in. They can work their own hours. So the difference between our realtors is they're hard workers. They come in and they
Yeah,
work 9 to 6. They're trying to get that money. They're
they take
usually,
it seriously.
yeah, they take it seriously, because
Yeah,
it's a different mindset. Like, because a lot of other realtors that I've seen, they just want to be out there, on their own time, and that's why they become a realtor. And mine, like from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., they're in here grinding, trying to get checks. So
yeah.
that's what I would say is the difference between somebody like on your team. That's going to be what's hard to find.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, JR, because sometimes we want to go out on our own, and the same is the case for me. I wanted to go out on my own, but then sometimes, having some freedom can also lead you down the rabbit trail of distractions and lack of clarity, lack of vision sometimes. So that makes perfect sense. That makes really good sense. So,
Yeah.
bro, what's working for you now? What's working for you as far as marketing? What are you doing? You started off cold calling, and so you said you're still doing some cold calling. You said you're calling list of 30% equity or higher. Anything else that's working for you?
Man, honestly, we keep it simple. I don't make it too complicated. We still do what works. We get cold calling, SMS marketing, and like I said, we're starting PPC. So um, those most of, right now it's just SMS and cold calling. That's what works for us. We just do it in volume. We have a lot of cold callers, and we have killer acquisition agents ready to convert those. So you got to have all the pieces ready to go in order for that to work. So your acquisition agents, or you, if you're, it depends on if you're, converting the leads yourself. If you have a team, you got to be a killer, and you got to be ready to convert, and you got to be ready to call them when they come in fresh. And your follow up game has to be on point. So this game isn't easy. A lot of people, all they see is the big checks and the
Yeah,
lifestyle of successful
yeah,
wholesalers, but they don't see all the work that you got to put in, all the maintenance, all the follow ups, all the. It's
yeah.
easy, man. It's simple, but it's hard work. It's hard work.
It is. It's simple, but it's not easy. All right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Simple, but not easy.
all those follow ups and all the closing and generating new leads. Like if you're on your own, man, that stuff could wear you down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You got to find a way to stay motivated. You got to start. You got to find a way to. If you have a team, you got to find a way to keep them motivated. And
Yeah.
the motivation is money. So just generating those leads, giving them checks. We have real good culture here. We go out and do stuff together. We're all close here. We're like a family. And so it's definitely a challenge.
100%. So, bro, they say SMS. A lot of people say SMS marketing is dying, but what softwares are you using that's still working for you?
We still use Lead Sherpa. That's what we've
Lead
been
Sherpa.
using. But yeah,
Okay.
it is kind of slowing down a lot on that. I've noticed that too. Because now the regulatory stuff, you got to put like press stop to like stop sending messages and all that. So now it kind of looks like spam.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of going away from that too. But like I said, there's a lot of methods. If I was just starting out, what I would just be doing is just going driving for dollars. Driving neighborhoods. I know everybody's heard that before, but like I said, it's easy, right? But until you have to do the work, and that's what I
Yeah.
always see people they stop. Like people always want my help, and I'll be like, all right, look, I'll help you. Go get 200 addresses.
I lost you for a second.
You see me? Hello.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah. So that's people always ask me for my help, and I go, okay, go get 250 addresses, and then come back, and I'll help you get the next step. That weeds out everybody, bro. You know.
Bro.
Nobody wants to put in the work, man. They just see all the glamour and all the money and all the success, but they don't see what you got to do to get it.
That's it, bro. I mean, it took me like friggin' 9 months to get my first deal or something crazy, ridiculous like that. And if I would have grinded it out, and I was still working a full-time job, right? And if I would have grinded it out to keep pushing despite all the obstacles, bro, like man, I'd be done a long time ago. So, damn, that's so true, bro.
Yeah,
So if you did have $1,000, then what would you do? You would go. Is that what you're saying? You would just go driving for dollars and look for distressed properties and
yeah, yeah. If I had $1,000, I'd go driving for dollars. I get the Deal Machine app, probably something like that, and
deal machine
I
app.
yeah, what I would do honestly is I go make connections with all the big wholesalers that I know in my market and ask how I can help them out. And try to JV deals with them. I was a hustler, bro. I got my first deal in 3 weeks. I didn't take me.
Wow.
Yeah, I use. I'm very resourceful. That's one thing about me, and that's what you have to be in this business. You got to just
Yeah.
find a way to get it. Like, don't make no excuses. All I know is I just need to get one deal. I get one deal, it can last me to the next month. So I would literally be calling, annoying the shit out of everybody in my market. And in San Antonio, we got a lot of
Yeah.
players. So
Yeah. I do.
I'd be at everybody's office. Hey, how do I help you out, man? How can I help? Blah blah blah. Realtors bugging realtors. I was helping. I was
Yeah.
doing everybody, and I finally got my first deal, man. It was a piece of junk, literally no
Was
foundation.
it?
Yeah, and this guy was like, "All right, you keep bugging me, bro. If you could sell this, I'll give you 3 grand." And I was like, "Bet, say less." I fucking took pictures. I went all over Facebook, the Pulga groups, everywhere. I don't care. I put it everywhere. Um, Knocking on construction company doors. I got a deal, bro. Like you can make 50 grand on this, 40 grand, whatever. I sold that thing.
Yeah.
Boom, 3 grand in my pocket. I was like, oh shit, it's real now. You know?
It's legit. Wow, that's awesome. So you see, JR, you were willing to do something that people ain't willing to do. You were, willing to add value to somebody else. And that's one thing I've been preaching here lately, man, is, people are looking to get started, people that are looking to promote themselves, add value first, add value, give to receive, or whenever you give, you will receive. Not that you should only give to receive, but it's a byproduct, and most people are just kind of like, there's a lot of entitlement, and especially in younger generations, that hey, kind of like they act like you owe them something, but no one owes you nothing, right? You got to get out there, work for it. If you want something, go find somebody to add a value to, and whatnot. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody grows up different. I was blessed to have like a strict dad, and like he'd always be up on my ass, wouldn't let me sleep in. I've been working since I was like 12. Like
um,
I've been having to bust my ass since I was young. And I had a strict dad that always just told me like I had to work, I had to work, I have to work, and so that was always my mindset. So I've been wired like that since I was little. A lot of people ain't wired like that. So I was blessed, but yeah, you got to be resourceful. Like I said, you got to be resourceful. Work with what you got. As soon as I got my first
Yeah.
deal and I made it happen, I called all my freaking family members, friends. Hey, dude, I'm looking for acquisition agent. My first hire was actually my cousin. Uh, he moved from Houston to come start doing this. He saw a check, and he was like, "Oh shit!" It was kind of like Wolf of Wall Street, you know. And they're like,
Yeah.
show me a check, and I'll quit my job right now." And I showed it to him. He was like, "Oh shit!" It was like 40 G's. He was like, "Okay, I'll go." I quit his job at
I'm
Cricket.
coming.
Yeah, he came and started working with me. He's still with me today, for 3 years. He's killing it. He sells all my deals. Um, even my second hire was my other cousin. Like he quit his job. He was making $20 an hour doing electrical work. Came working with me,
Wow.
and then from there it just shit just started blowing up. So
Family business. I love it, bro.
not no, now it's just one cousin. But that's how I'm just saying. Like I use my resources. Like who do I know that
Yeah,
can help me?
100%.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
resourceful. Be resourceful.
Yeah.
We have, we have a question here from someone in the audience is how do you structure commission for a realtor? I guess someone that's listing your property, a lead that you give them. How do y'all work that out?
I do 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do 50-50. I do all the marketing. I even have people convert it for you. I put it on your lap. You take it from there, list it, and take it to the finish line, and we go 50-50. I even pay my acquisition agent who converted it for you. So everybody eats. But it
Got it.
works. It works. They fall in their lap. Like I said, we got $1 million
100%.
listing yesterday. Um,
Wow.
we get big listings all the time, so they're good little extra checks. And like I said, they're in my office, so they're getting wholesale deals every day as well.
Man, that's beautiful. What's that nice neighborhood right there in San Antonio?
Dominion,
The Dominion. Dominion, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where all the Spurs
Man.
live. That's where all the famous people live in the city. All the
Okay.
celebrities. Nah,
Okay. We're gonna see J.R. Hernandez in there one day, bro.
I don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Nah.
I go in there every once in a while, and like because I'm a licensed realtor as well. So I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go on MLS, and I'll book a little showing real quick, just to go see $1 million house. But man, I don't think I live there. I want a lot of land. I like land, and I like
Yeah, I
boats.
hear
I
you.
like
Me
the lake.
too.
I
Me
got
too.
boats and jet skis and stuff, so I like to go
Oh,
out there.
okay. That's cool, bro. Go in there and schedule a showing, go shoot a new video or something. Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. We do it for the content. We gotta do it for the people.
That's
Oh,
dope.
that's
That's
that
dope,
brings me to
bro.
another point. If you're wholesaling, or if you're in real estate, get your license. I mean, it doesn't hurt to get licensed. You know,
Yeah.
be
Why
able
do
to
you
make.
recommend your license?
I recommend
Why
my.
do you recommend it?
I recommend your license because I mean you're generating leads every day. You're marketing every day, and I would say about 30% of your leads are going to be retail listings. So instead of just throwing
Yeah.
those to the side, you need to convert those and partner with somebody. If you have a girlfriend or a wife or a sister, whatever, have them get their license, split money with them. You're already
100%.
marketing, you're already getting leads. Don't throw them away. You know,
Yeah, 100%. That
that
makes
one, a $1 million listing is $30,000 commission. So
yeah.
you know,
$1 million listing, $30,000 commission. Yeah, 3%.
yeah,
Oh,
and I mean, those are kind of rare. We'll get a few of those a year, but even if it's a $300,000 listing, that's still 9 grand. You know, and that's
exactly.
you can get those one a month of those. That's a lot of money.
Easily, huh?
Yeah, even if you
Easily.
split it, it's still a lot of money. That's like somebody's salary.
So, so
Yeah.
what does that look like? Let's say your acquisition guy gets a lead. It's clearly a retail lead. How does he pitch it to the seller? What's your process to pitching it to the seller to transition it over to a realtor? What does that look like? What's the script, the general script look like?
Oh, so I just tell them like so. One thing I've realized is that sellers they don't like to hear the word listing and they don't like to hear the word realtor. Once those words come
Mm,
out, they kind of cut you off and they don't like it. That's what I've discovered. And so I
yeah,
kind of go
that's
around it and
good.
I describe everything without saying those words. So I have them just say, we're what we do here primarily is we buy cash and we flip houses. But in an instance like this, where you want 150 or 200, and the house is worth 200, I can't offer you that, and I'm not gonna, waste your time or mine and offer you 100 when I know you want 200 and the house doesn't need no work. So instead of that, what if what we could do is pair you with one of our qualified buyers in the area? Just how we have
Mm.
qualified buyers in the area because all we do is flip. So we save our qualified buyers all over town, and we can help plug you in and get you full price. Would you be interested in that? And then usually they're like, well, why wouldn't I be, right? Yeah, I would. Okay, well, look, what I'll do is I'll introduce you to our realtor partner. And, what they're used to doing is getting us the most amount of money because we flip houses. And so we can get you more money. And, usually they just say yes and we lock it up. And because
Dude, that's
what I figured is if I say, hey, look, we can list your house, they're like, nah, I don't want to list my house. But when I say it the way I
yeah,
say it, it works. I don't know.
bro.
Yeah.
You even sold me, bro. I'm like, where's this qualified buyer at? Come on, bring him down here, bro.
Yeah. Let me get that paperwork
Like,
over there. We'll get it done in 30
hey,
minutes.
bro, DocuSign, man. I'll put that down right now. Nah,
Yeah, exactly.
nah,
So it,
that
it
was
with,
awesome,
in
bro. I've never
sales,
heard it that way, honestly.
yeah, in
I
sales,
love
man,
it.
it's all about how you word things. It's all about how
Yeah,
you word it. Because
yeah,
everybody has a
100.
realtor in their family or a friend,
Yeah,
So if you say the word listing or realtor, most of the times what I've figured out is they're just gonna say, "Oh yeah, my cousin or one of my family friends or whatever is a realtor. I'll go with them." But the way I say it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested."
so this is the way to beat out the cousin special.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's hilarious, bro. I love that. Bro, all right. Any advice for newer people? What advice would you give? I mean, you already given some advice, but what other advice would you give for new people? Hey, if you got
Man,
any more questions for JR, drop them in the comments. We're gonna bring up your questions and
man,
try to get
honestly,
as much value
honestly,
to our listeners.
yeah, honestly, like for newer, what I see a lot of people do, and the difference between the successful and the people that fail is your commitment to the goal. So,
Commitment.
like for instance, if you have a full time job and you need to do this on the side, okay, well, you're gonna have to commit twice as much as somebody that doesn't have a job. So,
Yeah.
if you want this dream to come true, if you want to escape that, then you're gonna have to do it consistently at a certain time every day until you get that deal, until you can quit. If you don't have a job, you got to go all in, and you can't have no plan Bs. You can't be trying to do NFTs and stock option trading and Amazon store and then trying to wholesale.
Yeah.
You got to do one thing until you learn it, and then you can delegate and opening up your Amazon store. Like first you got to make money doing something. So what I
Yeah.
did personally, I said, you know what? I'm gonna commit. I'm not gonna fail during this. I'm gonna get me an office. I didn't even have deals yet, but I'm like, I'm gonna get me an office. And what that did is it lit my fire under my butt. And I said, you know what? Now I gotta go to an office. I mean, it was only like $300 a month. It was like a room inside of an office, but it's still. I dedicated myself to it. I was there. I was there every day at 9 o'clock, and I didn't get out of that room until 6 p.m. every day. And what that did
Wow.
is it changed my mindset to a business and not as a hobby. You know,
100%.
and that's the type of mindset you need. So, and to this day, I still come in every day at 9 or a little bit earlier, 8:30, and I don't leave till 6, 7 o'clock at night every single day. And
Wow.
we have what a lot of people do in this business is they're like, oh, I'm good with one deal a month or two deals a month, and I can get my 10,000 a month and go to Cancun for a week. And that was never my mindset. My mindset is I want to build something big. I want to build something. I want to see how big I can take it. I want to see how big I
100%.
can make it. I don't know. So I treat
Yeah.
it more like a business.
100%. That was a major mind shift that I had as well. It's not a hobby. It's not a side hustle. It's a business. And until you start treating it like a business, then it will never become a business. If old boy calls you up, hey man, let's go, shoot the whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And let's go, yeah, let's go do this, and that. You got to learn how to say no. Hey, man, I'm working at this. I'm working at this. I got to get this done. Once I wrap this up, then I'll hit you up. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah.
you got to learn to say no. No, say no to some, some friends at times. You got to learn to say even to some family members between certain hours. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they wouldn't have bothered you if you were at a 9 to 5. They would have known not to bother you. But now, since you run your own business, they're like, oh, he's good. Like, so I had to
Yeah.
learn how to say no myself at times.
Yeah, and what a lot of people think is when you start this that you're gonna have all this extra time, but really you're gonna work more. You know,
Yeah,
you're gonna work
yeah,
more until you get. I'm 3 years in. I'm barely at the point now where I can go. You know, I don't have to come in and work every day, or I don't got to come in
yeah,
and be here all the time. Now the system's running, right? The
yeah,
machine's rolling. So I'm barely at the point where I could do that now, which is it's cool now. But I worked 3 years nonstop for this, to be able to do this.
yeah. Love it, bro. Awesome, bro. Well, any finishing thoughts before as we about to jump off? We've been on 40 something minutes. It's gone by really quick, bro. It's really good stuff. Any finishing thoughts that you have for anyone listening now or anyone that will listen to us in the future?
Um, Man, I mean, any thoughts is like, we're talking about wholesale and real estate. I'm sure everybody here is, trying to get into this business. And just know that, I know what probably got you into the business or interested was you see people's successes and you see the big checks and you see,
Yeah,
all the rewards of hard work. But just know that what you're stepping into, don't get blindsided and quit, and because this thing is hard. You don't
yeah,
people don't post their failures, people don't post the struggles, people don't post all the fucking times they want to quit. And you're gonna go through that, so just know that ahead of time. And
yeah.
this ain't for the weak. This business is simple, anybody can do it, but it's not easy and it's hard, but
100%.
you can figure it out. So I mean, I would just like to leave you with that. Just, if you are going to get in this business, just know that it ain't a cakewalk and that it's tough. But on the other side of the mountain is, a lot of money and freedom. So, basically just that, man. Just don't give up. It's tough. Grind it out. Reach out to people. Get mentors.
Yeah,
Or, if you're just starting out and you don't got money, go add value to people. Go
yeah,
like somebody like me. Like if somebody just comes and DMs me and says, "Hey, I want to pick your brain. Let me take you to coffee." Why would I want to do that? You know what I mean? Like I don't.
yeah.
They don't add no value to me. That's just being selfish, right? Um,
100%.
you gotta add value to somebody. So if someone tells me like, "Hey, well, look, let me go. What can I do to help you to get deals or sell deals? Let me go work for you, or let me go bring you a deal."
Yep.
Then I'll pay attention and help. So always be adding value. Don't be just trying to take from people. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'll leave you with that.
100%, bro. And that's the formula right there. Jared done give you the formula. If you're in San Antonio, reach out to him. Hey, how can I add value to you? How can I bring you deals? If you're in Houston, you need some help getting started. If I can be a help, hey, add value to me. That's just straight up, it's a formula. And it's a formula that I've done for for other people. Well, JR, man, I appreciate you. Before I let you go, where can we follow you online? You have a YouTube channel. It's amazing content, and you're giving back, and you got some more things coming up in the future. Where can we follow you on YouTube or Instagram? Where you at, bro?
Yeah, man. So you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at JR Clutch, and then on YouTube, JR Hernandez. I might change it to JR Clutch. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about that, but you can find me at JR Hernandez, and I got a lot of free content. I got like 50 videos up where we interview
Oh,
some of the we interview some of the biggest name players in the wholesaling industry, flippers. We actually go to their office and check it out.
yeah. I seen it. I seen your interview with Nick Perry and now with Will yesterday or a few days back. That was really dope, man. Love it. Well,
Yes.
JR, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, and
I
that's what I'm saying.
appreciate you.
Like, if I added value, just go and subscribe, show some love, and I'm here to give more value. So, yeah, my bad. Somebody called me right now, so I couldn't see you for a second. What were you saying?
All good, all good. So JR Hernandez on YouTube, JR Clutch on Instagram, and JR Hernandez on Facebook. So, bro, appreciate you so much. We'll be in touch, bro.
All right, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
All right. Bye bye.
Peace.